I'm really digging into the shit can this time. Yep, I'm looking at Space Shuttle Project for the NES. I had this. I also had the Atari 2600 Space Shuttle Project, which, this is going to be sad to say, but the Atari 2600 game was a superior game because it attempted to be a simulator. The NES game here tried to be a mini game thing, and it fails miserably to be exciting at all. Although it tries, man, it tries hard to be interesting and or exciting. Oh yeah, no, so I should have been memorizing. Oops, I already screwed up. Oh boy. So, yeah, the first minigame is right here. So now it's like 7777 Discovery. I'm supposed to remember this. So I'm already down a life because I can't even sign my name in without a stupid minigame. 7777 Discovery. And I have to wait. 6, 7 now. It's now. Now. Ah, I missed Discovery. Now I have to do it again. So the 2600 game doesn't care. It just puts you right on the launch pad and says go. 6346 Enterprise. Why do I have to know this code? But oops, there it went. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 4, 6 Enterprise. Right there. Got it. Jeez. See, that's the kind of shit that should not be part of an interesting video game. And now I gotta give it something. Space travel sounds on the surface like it's the most interesting thing on the universe to do. I mean, every child grew up and said, I want to be an astronaut when I grew up. And I understand it's hard work out there. To quote Tom Scott, you know, we humans are some of the most fragile beings in the universe. And to think that our idea of going into an environment we should not be in is to to take our fragile bodies, put them in tin cans, and throw them off the world. Yeah. So, yeah. Anyway, so I'm gonna try to focus a little bit on the stupid mini game here. Now I gotta go get the crew one at a time, because God forbid they all get in the elevator. And I have 14 seconds to get their asses aboard this stupid shuttle. And not bump into the... Fortunately, it's a small crew for this mission. I only got one other guy. But you know, in later missions, you're doing it one at a time and shit. You're trying to get 3 or 4 people in there with all that stupid shit in the way. Oh my god. No, actually, I believe this video game is the reason I no longer wanted to be an astronaut. Because I thought to myself, you know, it already looks like hard work. Throwing my fragile body out into the vacuum of space, where if one wrong move and I'm looking at my own lungs as my blood freezes out through my skin. But, you know, watching TV, you know, watching shuttles launch and stuff. Whoops, oh god, I'm gonna die. Because I can't even roll. You're kidding, I was touching it. I'm gonna blow this shuttle apart. It's gonna go like the Challenger and shit. They should have just said, like, you know, put me on Space Shuttle Challenger, because you're gonna blow it up. Bing! Got that. Great. I mean, when you're watching people working on space stations and it takes them an hour to turn a wrench, you know, I get it. They're in a zero-G environment. We were never designed to work in that. Working through spacesuits with like a half-inch of fabric between their hands and anything they can actually touch. So, sure, it is difficult work. But the other weird thing about it is I can't help but thinking, you know, we're making a video game about somebody's job. And we're busting our ass to make that job sound interesting to perform. Not just that it's fascinating and interesting, the things we discover and whatnot, but that the job itself, all the tweaking of knobs and all the amount of time and the waiting and stuff is something how exciting. And the truth is, for these poor astronauts, while they're up there, whether or not they're real, as long as they're prepared, this job couldn't be more boring. They have to exercise for several hours a day and constantly checking instruments, and it's a boring existence up there. Look at the videos that the guys on the ISS produce in their small amounts of spare time. You can tell these people are bored off their asses. So having to turn this into a little selection of mini games definitely shows for the idea that it's not an exciting job, and we're bound determined to make a video game out of it too. So, alright, we're gonna try to get this thing out. Where did it go? Fuck! Do I have any tries left, or did I just fail abort this mission? Oh, no, I do have a try left. And we have to be careful because our controls are sluggish as hell. Because the game itself is wouldn't be difficult at all. There. Oh! Almost got hit by that other thing up there. But, alright, so I'm successful, now I can land, right? This is a shorter, easier mini-game. The different games you actually do want between takeoff and landing, they do get a lot harder and a lot longer. Alright, yeah, enough music, thank you very much. So this is somebody's job. Now imagine you were working flipping burgers in a restaurant, and people made a video game about that. How would you get excited about that? Would you want to play it? Oh, whoops. Oh no. And we fail, because apparently I just blew up the shuttle. Because that's just what happens, I guess. Well, I mean, I know some astronauts that would actually agree with the 2 shuttle accidents we had, so I don't mean to make light of it, but, dude, this is somebody's job. And it's not an exciting one when you're actually there. And we want to play a video game about it. And here's the messed up thing. I know on the mobile marketplace, there's all these mini games about preparing people's hair and nails and Cooking Mama and stuff like that. All these games about working fast food joints and managing, and it's like, I can't get into any of them because it's somebody's boring ass job. I don't want to play a video game about it. I want to play something more escapist, you know? So, yeah, if you really do want to play Space Shuttle Project, I recommend getting it on the Atari 2600 instead. It's at least more of a simulation type experience, and instead of a collection of mini games, and though it still tends to be a fairly boring simulation, well, it's just more interesting, period. Thanks for watching, folks.